Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4, and I'm your host Lipstickpaddy. And oh my goodness, I didn't even know about this project. Oh my goodness, so I'm going to try and to get this onto the channel as soon as possible because it's the last hours, 40 hours to go as I'm recording. Soul of Ankiril. Now it's a strategic card game, yes, but you have a really nice board with units that are going on it. We'll find out, and you can summon other creatures to add to the board and spells as well. You can cast spells on your units as well to make them better, move them, make them strong, all sorts. It looks really cool. Let's go down anyway, find out about it. So I don't know why they've got stretch goals here. They mean nothing if you're new to this, so let's jump past them because they're listed below anyway. So what we're looking at here then, there's 6 factions, and each faction has their own side of the board. You each have a leader or a hero unit, which is stronger. If you do kill these, they have a cooldown, and they come back on the board. You're going to be having a deck of cards. There's a little bit of a deck builder here, and these cards are going to represent units that are going to outgo the board. The units themselves are going down as hexes on the board, and there's no dice rolling here. They simply, when they move next to an enemy, they will attack with what attack they have, and there's like little rules going on between things that happen. But generally, if you go next to a unit, you'll both attack each other, and the one with it, you might cancel each other out and you both get wiped off the map. It's fairly fast combat. Plays, yeah, fast play, and it's 1 versus 1 really, but you can basically do you can basically put all 6 out here and attack. It can get a little bit crazy. But yeah, solo mode has been unlocked. Co-op mode has as well, so you can play 2v2, or potentially 3 versus 3. There's a free 4 for all as well, which is a crazy mode. So each card has a hex, which represents that card on the table, and there's also rules on the card, which include things like ambushing, so they can attack without you attacking them and things like this. But it's fairly cool, and they've got certain rules on the cards when they play as well, and the spells and stuff in it. Let's go down and have a look at these anyway. So yeah, select your element, put the boards together, cast spells or summons onto the board, and combat is fairly simple. There's these portals that you've got to take out to win the game. There's three of them to take out basically. The portals are going to be spawning in creatures that you summon, and so yeah, that's going to be kind of important. As a feels really kind of cool as it's going. Now there is a digital board game demo of it, and they're hoping to bring this into a video game, and but that's going to be a future Kickstarter. But as is, it's looking very cool. I like the fact that you've got a board. You get the deck holder, so it's quick setup as well. And each faction is €34. But really, if you're coming on Kickstarter, you want to get all of it. So let's have a look at what each one has. You get 20 cards, so it's potentially going to be 10 spells and 10 units. In the single boxes, you're going to get the tokens for those enemies, and portals, energy tokens, because certain spells are going to cost energy, and you've got these attack life tokens, which will modify health and attack of enemies or hexes on the board, and mixed tokens here can basically add shields and stuff like that. You get this with each pack. So what's different really is you get a different board between each pack. You get a different set of cards which are unique to that element, which is really nice. And of course you get your new hexes all related to those heroes, or let's just say creatures that you're putting on the board. All right, so I like the earth board. I do like that one. Anyway, it's all looking cool. They've all got unique art, and but the thing is, if you're going just for the almost the retail it is almost a retail just getting the 6 of them. That's not what's great about this Kickstarter. They've actually they've put a lot into their full pledge, which we're going to go down and have a look, because at €80, you're not getting the best of the best. The best is the Master of Temin edition, which actually comes in a big box instead of these little boxes. The big box then has all of the content above, plus 24 new creature cards. So I think it works out as you're just getting more units for each of the factions. You also get a unique spell for each faction, and you get a mini for each of the heroes, which is nice. And you get this Forgotten Tribes expansion set in here, which is gonna add more fire cards, so you're getting more spells and more units. These are more custom units as well. These are going to be unique. This expansion set is giving you unique spells and unique heroes, so you're getting far more content to play with each of those factions, which is very, very cool indeed. And the solo mode is in this big pledge as well, and it was trying to get this miniature which comes with the Forgotten Tribes, but it doesn't look like it's going to get there, as it's getting very close to funding. It might not fund yet. So there it is. I'm trying to go through here when I get this video out, but the Master of Tenim, the 129, it also has a official soundtrack, yes, and it says it will give you a digital art of the game included. So there's a little bit of extra in here. And 129, that's about $150, isn't it? Because that big pledge. About $141, but you're getting all the game basically. Now, the concern I have with it is the shipping prices when we go down, because they are a little bit extreme. Right, so they have been unlocking new unique creatures for each of the factions, extra copy of creatures, extra spells, and this is one that I've not managed to get, which is 100 followers on Board Game Geek, which will make the leader cards have foil on them. That's very unfortunate they've not been able to get that yet. Maybe that will happen. 6 vinyl stickers have definitely been unlocked on Facebook, and the free-for-all has been unlocked. Anyway, it's leaders. This is just lore. Let's get past it. Let's get down to shipping. Now, the Master of Temin then, this is the big box. Shipping's very expensive. USA and Canada, 37 tops. Now, that's what it should be to Mexico. I can't see Mexico being $90 or 100, not euros, that's over $100. 128 euros, that is excessively expensive. And, you know, I do have, my family is based in Ireland, and even then, if I pick Ireland, the shipping's still high. 40 euros to Ireland. Like, it is high. Shipping is high. EU-friendly custom, though. So for me, I'd have to jump in on $1 because I don't know how much it's going to ship to Mexico. And it's almost reached its goal. But if you're after a 1 versus 1 game, where you've got unique heroes that you're putting down on the deck, it's light on miniatures, you've also got spells, it's quick to play, and if you go for the all-in collection, you get the expansion, which gives you a deeper decks to play with, so the deck building becomes bigger. You can actually create your deck as well. It has a point system, or you can just play with all of it, which is probably I'd like to play with it all. It's more balanced if you deck build. But yeah, possibly, yeah, the deck building, and then you've got the battling on the board, the strategicness of the board, and your hero, and then you're throwing in your spells. It looks like a nice kind of 1 versus 1 mode, and I think Soul of Ankiril here looks very, very cool, and I'm very excited to get the big pledge. But I'm going to have to jump on the $1 because of the shipping concern. It does seem to be expensive. And you can only really go for the big pledge. I can't be messing around with these small boxes. I've got to go for that big box, right? So here it is, to get the big box, and then it looks like a really good boss battle. It looks like a good 1 versus 1 game that you can pull off the shelf, pick your thing, and do a little bit more, because, you know, I do have Dice Throne, which is a 1 versus 1, but it doesn't have a board. This has the board. It also has spells, and it also is really cool art. So yeah, it's really, I think this is a real special Kickstarter that's pretty much hidden. And like I say, I'll try to get this video out so that you'll at least have 24 hours left on here to pledge for it if you want. But I'm jumping in on the $1 peeps, and for shipping concerns. And if you are on BGG, please do the BGG social to get the foil unlock. It's going to be very depressing if that doesn't happen. But look, there's only 195 backers on this project. Unbelievable. But hopefully, if it does pledge and it doesn't get cancelled, maybe this is going to be an interesting one to come to late pledge. So we'll have to see how it turns out. But anyway, Soul of Ankiril looked to be a really good project. I only found out about it really late, peeps. I would have got it to the channel quicker. But hey, that's why you've subscribed if you're a subscriber. Anyway, there you go. It does look very, very cool, and I am definitely looking forward to playing this game. I'll tell you now, it's definitely going to be on my $1 pledge. So anyway, peeps, what do you think of this? Did you hear about it? Oh my goodness, are you interested in it? I am. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Helps your algorithm. And if you're new to the channel, think about subscribing. We try to find these gems, like Soul of Ankiril, which has basically gone unknown. And yeah, hopefully it'll fund. But anyway, I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy. This has been Kickstarter Radio 102.4. What a week this has been on Kickstarter. So many good things to back. And yeah, remember, $1 pledge if you need to balance the books, because you can't keep forking out $100 every day. Balance it with the $1 and don't feel guilty. Of course, we'll know the shipping price when you go in late pledge, won't we? So it's a good strategy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. This has been Kickstarter Radio, looking at Soul of Ankiril. Fingers crossed, it funds. So you take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.